Hey, how's it going today? It's Frankie here, and I finally got Netflix. And I've just started watching a great show. It's a great show to start off. Getting Netflix for the first time, and I am hooked. I had to look for an action series, an action movie. I looked in the series first, the series section, and just to start off with something small first, and then work my way up to the movies. And the movie is called Furies. I don't even know where to start. I'm on the 4th episode of season 1 right now. Oh my god. The first 3 episodes in itself is a lot of information. A lot of detail into the movie. A lot of dialogue, a lot of good storylines, a lot of good twists and turns. The only problem is though, the protagonist, I would say the main character is called Lena. She's more of like, I would say she's kind of like a useless character in this, where she's not that observant, not that smart. In particular when it comes to like not being, not grasping things properly. I'm just going to get into the movie anyway. So it's about her, having parents that are in like, the criminal type of industry, so the criminal underworld. And her dad is kind of like, he works with someone knows someone called the Furies, and then they also have like a different gang called the Olympians or something like that. And there's a lot of twists and turns into it too. She gets to know this woman called Selma, who has been tracking her down, and then she finds out that I'm going to give a lot of this movie away, by the way. And then she eventually finds out that Selma is her auntie, and she didn't know, and that's why Selma's been trying to help her out, and who knows, who killed her dad. And then Lena finds out that she's not actually Lena, she's just somebody else, and Lena actually died, and her mom didn't know any of this sort of stuff. And then she comes across like this underground casino on a cruise ship, and she meets this guy called Orso, I think that's his name anyway, who turns out to be like part of something else as well, and then they sort of meet up. And she also comes across like a guy called Parker, who's like the big boss of everything, like the head, like the most ruthless one out of the lot. They're all ruthless, don't get me wrong. All these gangsters, all these criminals, these are real gangsters right here. These are proper criminals. You got the criminals at the table as well. I'm not going to go into that. I just don't want to make this video too long. She also like, it's kind of like this fixer dude who for me looks like a security guard. His name is Simon, and he's sort of like, tells her, sort of works with like Lena and Selma, and this guy with the hat, I've forgotten his name. And then Selma is like with this police officer called Eli. The thing I don't get, if you're a police officer, you should not be dating a criminal. If you have any role in the police industry, you shouldn't be nowhere near being with a criminal. That would never work. He was nearly about to get shot by Selma. Well, not Selma, but he was nearly about to get killed by the guy in the I forgot his name. If I miss anything out, please let me know. And she had to break up with him, and that's when like Ida started realizing that she's planning something. She's a part of something to track down her dad's killer. It's not actual dad, by the way. The story goes deeper than that. Her fighting skills are also very slow, and it would have been the perfect movie if she was a bit more better skilled at fighting. And she's observant, don't get me wrong, but she can be smart. But in terms of like the fighting skills and trying to like realize things, she's not really that smart when it comes to that. I get all the movie protagonists or fighters, type characters have to be different, but come on, I mean, she's meant to be like fighting like those hitmen style. She's not a hit woman, but those type of she's meant to fight like that. But she seems weak in that department, but she does get the job done. When she gets told to do a job, she does it. Like go to like a trailer to get like some guy in a mask or something like that, where like he's also part of all this too. And then she also had to do a job where she has to investigate like a girl's name called Asma or something or like that. I've forgotten. I think that's how you say it anyway. And she had to go into that area where there's like a lot of group of girls have been, like, forced to go to, you could say. And then she was in this room with the like bunch of mannequins, and she had to pretend to be one of the mannequins because the two people that actually are the bosses of it, they came and they didn't know. She had to make sure that she didn't get noticed. That part was tense. A lot of tense scenes in this, to be honest. Bear in mind too, those two people weren't part of the they didn't know what's going on with the Fury. Not well, Fury more like. I don't know what. This movie's got so much into it, man. I like the scene in the casino though. I kind of like that, but it got a bit tense. Also, they included a jump scare scene which is nowhere near needed in like an action movie, where she was in like this room where she had to hide, and this guy said he wants milk or something like that, or he'll have to hurt her or something like that. They are twisted, as I forgot what that woman did say, that the people in the guys in those rooms can be twisted. And she started smashing the milk and stuff out, and then she had to run off from the people in that area. So yeah, well, and then she also had to do a job where before she got in the trailer, she had to get away from like dogs. And she had to find something to do with like something that was, I assume it's what the masked guy took from the dude. I asked his dad or something like that. I know I'm butchering the name. I do apologise. It's just that's how they pronounced it. Excuse me. Wow. I almost want to know what the other episodes entail now, because this is getting good. I'm like nearly 10 minutes in to the 4th episode. Already it's good. The dialogue, the storyline. I mean, the gang members are ruthless. Do not get me wrong. They are heavily ruthless. I kind of like the scene as well where, you see Lena going to like playing this game where you meet up with this there's also dude that, she was trying to like flirt with at a balcony. I think that was him anyway. She didn't realise there was a door with the balcony part. Yeah, she didn't. I mean, I didn't realise there was a door either. So she was wondering how you could fit through that, but you just opened it anyway. She also dressed up like a silly costume to leave a building because she didn't want to get noticed. Yeah, that they didn't have to include something silly like that. And then this officer came in called Kato that hit her with a car. Don't know how she knew. Don't really know how Kato knew that she was in a costume, and she wanted to say, "Oh, you work for me now." And then Eli's still on the case. Like, there's so many twists and turns, especially when they had to look for something like a safe, and it was a safe that belongs to, like, I think it was like Lena's family side or wherever it was. It's complicated to understand. Even I'm grasping how many situations have been going on here, how many like gang members are involved, how many different types of gangs and affiliations are involved. It's like they could be betrayal involved, they could be more craziness. And when they opened the safe, they didn't find the Bible that they were looking for. They found Jelly's head, which is like, he's like one of the he also runs the show as well in another gang or something like that, to do with like the Furies as well that Lena's dad was working for. Yeah, and yeah, this is getting all too good right here, man. And yeah, so, and Selma's about to get taken out. They're just discussing in this episode now that Parker wants also to eliminate Selma, because Selma's got like, she's trembling, she's got tremors, so I assume something's going on with her, like, in terms of like her nervous system, so I think she could potentially die somewhere. Yeah, but it's wild, the twists and turns Lena has to go through, man. Literally, for someone that's not really the best at fighting skills, she's sort of smart getting the job done, and that's respectable in a movie like this. Although I do kind of like characters that get to be smarter in that case. It's a good job she's got like help around there as well. So yeah, what other scenes can I talk about in this movie? Yeah, there's just so much going on. I don't even think I can comprehend anything. I mean, there was that one particular scene where this makes Lena look like a dumb kind of character, in terms of like, she was at the because she got hold of like a garbage truck, and she wanted to know what was going on, and she parked the garbage truck opposite and she was taking photos to see who is behind all this and what was going. This is before she got to know, Simon and Selma, those other characters, right? And Selma, you could see Selma's character just hit Lena right there. This is where you should be more observant and be like, this is kind of a bit coincidental. Someone's just nudging her and saying, you better be careful what we say because they could be listening to us. That's not a normal thing to say, and the fact that Lena didn't pick up on it, she thought she was just a regular civilian. Come on, man, you got to be a bit more clued up than that. I get you're distracted by things, but you were blatantly in the eye line of the gang members right there, the gang in front of you. You were in eye line with them, and you're lucky they didn't actually take you out or anything. And she had a bit of a fight. The fight scenes are quite dope as well, actually. The prison scene fight over, she was in a prison cell with this person, and this person got told by Selma to, give as much information to her, but don't give it lightly. But yeah, Lena knocked the prisoner out. Not out, but she really threw her to the floor. For a musty person like that, man. This goes to show that size doesn't always matter in this scenario. It's about how you fight and skills wise. I can't really fight for anything. I wish I could fight like that, but it's going to take a lot of time and patience for that. I don't think I could handle it in the slightest. So yeah, I just think that's how she didn't really notice it. But it's a strange thing for anyone to say, because it's like, if somebody said that to me, I'm gonna be creeped out. I think they're up to something. I think they got people watching me. So it is a bit strange, to be honest, on that one. They also gave us a story of how Selma got to where she is, and so many gang members came together called Olympians or something like that. Olympians. It's something to do with that anyway, that type of word. You know what I mean when you start watching it. You understand. But yeah, the mum as well, where I think she's got some sort of was it Alzheimer's, dementia or something like that, where she's in a hospital, and she eventually said to Lena that Lena is dead. So I don't really know who this Lena character actually is and what her actual name is, but I don't know. It's making me question it now. I'm just getting hooked in the series already. You also also the scene where she was nearly about to get suffocated to death by this dude or whatever it is. I don't know. Excuse me. It's funny how all these criminals though seem to always disguise themselves just like that. Is it really that easy just to put on a work outfit or buy something and does it just go in? This is why you need IDs and identifications, man. Even that, these criminals have got smart in this day and age now. They could easily forge those type of stuff. So yeah, that's probably explains it, how they managed to get through these type of situations easily. I know it's a movie, but things like this do happen in real life. Yeah, so, and as he was about to shoot Lena, her mum just sort of shoots the dude, and you have to use a pillow to cover the noise, obviously. And she was about to she was about to leave, and she saw Eli, and so Eli's falling up in the case. It's all happening. This is literally just chaos at the moment in this show. I actually love it. If only the main character Lena could have been a bit more better with her skills, I think it's a perfect movie overall. Oh, what do I rate this then? If I miss out anything, I apologise. I think I've said enough. You can watch it for yourself. It's called Furies. I thought it said Furries. I don't know why. I'm usually good at my spelling and read. I don't know how I read that one as Furries. But yeah. I was going to give it a 10 though. But the only problem is, it's the Lena character that I'm not really feeling in terms of action. I'm hooked on the rest of everything. It is a high rated, series in my opinion. But it's just, the Lena character messes up, especially the other characters being ruthless that she isn't. It doesn't fit. It really don't. And this is why I couldn't give it a perfect score, and that's why I said it's nearly perfect. If only the main character would be a bit more better of her skills. Maybe she gets better in the series. I don't know. But I don't change my ratings. Once I watch something, I make a judgment after 3-4 episodes of a series slash show, and yeah, so yeah, that's usually, I don't change after that. My judgment after this is 3-4 episodes. So yeah, and usually it does stay the same. So usually my ratings do become valid after the first few episodes. So yeah, Rating for this is a bang on 9 out of 10. I think if Lena would have been a bit more better with her skills, I feel like it would have made the movie even just perfect in that one. Still a good rating though. It's highly rated, so I recommend anybody to watch it. So yeah, 9 out of 10 it is. If you enjoyed the video, please give a like, comment, share the video, subscribe, hit the notification below, and see you in my next video.